Hi everyone, it's Jennifer, and let's talk about the twisted history of cursive writing. It's interesting. Unlike the current classes of young scholars, you probably learned cursive writing around the 2nd or 3rd grade. Maybe you were excited to decipher all those loopy letters and add some formality to your writing. Maybe you dreaded every second of practicing on that awful lined paper. Either way, you probably asked yourself, why am I doing this? Who invented cursive handwriting? After thousands of years, it's impressive that cursive has survived despite all our reliance on digital writing and its removal from the most modern curriculums. The important question is cursive still relevant today? So who invented cursive? As with many thousands of year-old practices, cursive writing was more a collective effort than something we can attribute to one person. One moment. Sorry. It goes back as far as the Roman Empire, after written language first developed. Square capitals were used on inscriptions on buildings and monuments, some of which are still standing. But cursive, or script, was used for daily writing. Scripts and styles have changed since the 5th century. In the 8th century, monks created the Carolinian script, the earliest form of standardized cursive that others built upon. This script evolved during the medieval times, and its twists and curls became harder to read before the Renaissance revived the Carolinian way. The earliest form of cursive you probably recognize is called copper plate. Calligrapher Timothy Matlack penned Thomas Jefferson's words on the original copy of the Declaration of Independence using the copper plate script. While beautiful, this fancy calligraphy just wasn't practical for everyday writing. A teacher named Platt Rogers Spencer developed a new form of penmanship around the mid-1800s. He came up with the name chirithmography from the Greek words for timed handwriting. He used a metronome for writers to keep pace with his elliptical letters, which he claimed were inspired by nature. The Spencerian method was taught in schools for the latter half of the 19th century. Quick-working clerks and telegraph operators translating Morse code into script found the Spencer cursive still too time-consuming. Next up, Austin Palmer and the Palmer method. His idea was to make cursive writing more practical and lose the fancy flourishes from the Renaissance days. This form of script was very popular in the early 20th century and could probably be seen in old letters from your great and great-great-grandparents. Penmanship started to become big business. It was taught in grade schools, and adults entering the business world got a leg up if they completed a course in penmanship school. The Zahnerian College of Penmanship became the Zahner-Blosser Company, selling handwriting instruction material to schools. Fun fact, still around today, Zahner-Blosser Inc. publishes Highlights for Children magazine. The Zahner-Blosser cursive and later Daniel cursive are the simplest scripts that were taught in grade school for the second half of the 20th century. Does anyone still use cursive? Cursive writing has been used less and less since the 1980s. Quite simply, since computers became the new big thing, people don't write as much by hand. Grade schools teach computer skills instead of penmanship. So, is there still a use for cursive? Absolutely. Handwriting helps us to remember. This goes for all handwriting, not just cursive. The Wall Street Journal says that actively forming letters with pen and paper reinforces language concepts and helps the brain remember. That's a lot more effective than just reading and memorizing, especially for kids. That's why so many teachers stress taking notes by hand. They know that many students who put pen to paper tend to remember concepts better. And no matter how many digital devices you have, you'll need to use writing utensils at some point. Maybe you need to scribble a note or mark something in a book. Maybe your phone died and you can't type an appointment in your calendar. Technology is good, but it's not omnipotent. Instead of sloppy chicken scratch, take some pride in your penmanship. Start reviving the lost art of cursive today. I thought you might find that interesting. I know I did. In the meantime, please stay safe, be kind to one another, and as always, happy yarning. Bye now.